RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Tom Lane, State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Barry Macias, professional, independent insurance agents. First Mid-America Credit Union, exceeding member expectations since 1934. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance. All of your protection under one roof.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this evening's game. Please direct your attention to the field, where the Alton High School Marching 100 will begin this evening's pregame ceremony. Will you please rise as we honor our country with the playing of our national anthem. Entering the stadium is the Alton High School Air Force Junior ROTC to present the colors this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the playing of Alton Loyalty. perform excerpts from their 2012 fall production entitled Tryout. Thank you and enjoy the game.
2603 North Rogers at 12:33.
Redbird fans, tonight is the early bird drawing for the third annual $20,000 Redbird raffle. The $1,000 early bird prize was donated by Larry Franklin of CN Bank and Trust, NA. It's not too late to get in on the early bird prize. Tickets are available this evening until the middle of the second quarter. When you have banking needs, let's support CN Bank and Trust, NA, who has so generously supported Alton Education with this $1,000 early bird prize. Get in on the drawing, ladies and gentlemen. The cost of your ticket is only $20. Welcome to our officiating crew this evening. Referee Jason Gray, crew chief, umpire Mike Marshall, head linesman Jim Morsey, line judge Greg Brown, and back judge Jason Underzot. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here this evening. And also, thank you, Mr. Grammy and the Chain Gang.
Federal Credit Union. It's where you belong. Andy's Auto Body, the car care experts. We meet by accident. Barrett Heating and Cooling on Bell Street in downtown Alton. Your local Lennox.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Tom Lane, State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Barry Macias, professional, independent insurance agents. First Mid-America Credit Union, exceeding member expectations since 1934. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance. All of your protection under one roof.
Call 377-8912 or online at tomlaneagency.net. Lewis and Clark Community College. Find your course.
Test.
Liberty Bank in Alton, Bethalto, and Godfrey. It's a smart place to bank. The Lovelace Allstate Agency. You're in good hands with the Lovelace Agency in Bethalto. Munganess Alton Toyota. Toyota makes the car. Munganess makes the difference.
Alton.
First Mid-America Credit Union, exceeding member expectations. St. Anthony's Health Center, the science of medicine, the heart of healing. C.J. Schlosser and Company, your local public accounting professionals for over 70 years. Roberts Motors, your value store since 1949. St. Peter's True Value Hardware and Grand Rental
last night.
Street in North Alton.
Took BYU.
Help is just around the corner. Barry Waller, your American Family Insurance J.D. Power Award Distinguished Insurance Agent.
7-6.
And by Wellspring Resources. From here, it all changes. And now, Alton Redbirds High School football.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to high school football here on Z1570. We start up our Friday night doubleheader with a beautiful night for football. First off, about 80 degrees here late this afternoon and into the evening. No rain, and we look for a great night of football here. Homecoming already early this year for the Alton Redbirds as they take on the Edwardsville Tigers in our first game at Public School Stadium at West. And then we'll go to Memorial Stadium, East Alton Wood River. The Oilers taking on the Marquette Explorers tonight, too. We'll have that game for you later on tape delay here on the Big Z as well. With Louis Korak, Brent Birkland with you here for the Redbirds and the Tigers, Alton and Edwardsville, and it's already homecoming, Louis.
Big crowd, and good thing because they were talking rain, that we were going to have rain during the festivities probably tonight and during action, but it stayed away. It is a nice night, and it's nice to have no rain 2 weeks in a row for some of the brutal weather we've had for football this year.
And this is already week number 5 of the high school football season. And the Alton Redbirds here at home after losing on the road to O'Fallon, and Coach Jeff Alderman talking about all of that speed that they ran into with the Panthers. Well, now it's a physical, powerful team in Edwardsville. So we go from speed to power, really, if you will, as the Tigers come to town.
Yeah, they'll ground and pound the football. They'll run it 40, 50, 60 times tonight if they have to, and especially if you're going to give up the yards on the ground. That's what I saw them earlier this year against Soldan in week 2, and it was bad weather that night, and they pretty much ran the football, and they will come at you with a physical game, so a little bit of a different animal here tonight than what Alton saw last week.
Edwardsville a record of 3-1. Alton at 1-3 2 weeks ago here at home. The Redbirds beat the Collinsville K-Hawks by a score of 14-6, their lone win of the year. And after tonight, the Redbirds go to Belleville East and Belleville West. Of course, the leader in the conference, O'Fallon, of course, at 4-0 overall on the year. Edwardsville, Belleville West, both 3-1. Then you have a couple of 2-2 teams, Belleville East and East St. Louis. The Redbirds are going to kick off here tonight. You're in tune to WBGZ Alton, 7 o'clock as we get ready to roll. And here we go. The kick is in the air, and the kickoff here at 7 o'clock goes deep to number 6, Julian Harvey. Harvey right up the middle, and he spins his way over the 20, out near the 27-yard line. And the Tigers in their white uniforms, the black and orange helmets, and they get ready to roll. The Redbirds with their red jerseys, the gray helmets, gray pants, white numbers. And we're about ready to roll with our first play from scrimmage as the Tigers set it up. And the Redbirds on defense here to start tonight's ball game. We're just underway.
Will Collins starting for Edwardsville, and he's an option quarterback, so he will run with it if he has to.
Here's a handoff and smacked right at the line of scrimmage. The ball carrier met there quickly, and the Alton Redbirds last couple of weeks playing better and better defense, and it's a 1-yard loss there back to the 26-yard line.
Not much there along the left side. Right along the pulling guard there, was able to get through. I didn't see a number, but a good tackle right off the bat.
Second down and 11. I formation behind the quarterback. And they fake the handoff. This time a rollout, and they connect. The pass is complete over the 40, 45, 50, and all the way down to the Alton 40-yard line goes number 36 for Edwardsville as he caught the pass, Sam Mulford, and he was on the fly.
And he's one of those bruising backs that they'll use out of the backfield, and that time just a little screen pass off to the right side, and he found some daylight along the right side and picks up a big chunk of yards there. 34 on the play, and they get into Alton territory just like that.
From the Alton 40, it's 1st and 10 as the Tigers get set here. An injury for the Redbirds as one of their defenders comes off the field for Coach Jeff Alderman. And now we're going to have a timeout for the Redbirds defense as they tried to bring a new player on for the injured player, and the new player coming on, Jarrell Wallace. But timeout defense for Alton as they are at the Alton 40-yard line now, 1st and 10. The Tigers beat the Alton Redbirds last year by a score of 47-0. And this year, homecoming already here basically in the middle of September, one of the first schools in the area to have homecoming. Next week, I know East Alton Wood River will join in. Homecoming 2012 for the Oilers next week.
Well, after this, it'll be 5 games in for these teams, and they'll be into the second half of the football year. It goes pretty quick.
Don't blink. We're already in week number 5 of the season. And the Redbirds and the Tigers meeting tonight 1 minute into the game here. And now we're ready to go after the timeout for Alton on defense. The Redbirds set up on D. Tigers have the football, and under center again it is Will Collins, the 6'2 quarterback. He fakes the pitch. He gave it to the first man through, sliding over the right tackle. Couple of yard gain there for Mulford. Big little 5'7" running back, number 36. Mulford will gain a couple here to the 38-yard line.
Not a real big guy, but again, he strong kid and hard to bring down. Really, in that initial tackle, that's when you really want to make a play on him because he is hard to bring down.
Here's a handoff up the middle, and he has a big hole, and he may be gone to the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown, 38 yards as he burst through the middle, and it's 6-0 Edwardsville here with 10:29 to go in the first quarter. The Tigers on the board.
That's number 23, Bennett on the play, or Bennett Gray, on the play, and he just found a big hole there and hit it hard, and once he hit the hole, he was gone. A couple of would-be defenders coming after him, but no chance to make a play there, and Tigers open the scoring on their first drive.
Brandon Baker will kick the extra point, and number 2 nails it through, and it makes it a 7-0 score here with 10:29 to go in the first quarter. So just like that, it didn't take long, about 4 plays basically, for the Tigers to get 6 points.
Yeah, they marched right down the field. It was a 4-play drive there. They took it 74 yards and a couple of big ones there. Some quick hitters on the play. A 34-yarder to Mulford from Collins, a little screen pass, and then the 38-yard touchdown, counting for the majority of the yards on the play. And Edwardsville's on the board, and offensively, boy, they really got after Granite City last week, putting up 63 points.
7-0 Edwardsville. Now they'll kick it off as Brandon Baker tees it up. And the Tigers will kick to the Redbirds here, just a minute and a half into the game. Alton burning a defensive timeout, and they give up a couple of big plays, including a touchdown. And it's a 7-0 score here. Game 2 again tonight. The Explorers and the Oilers from Wood River. Wood River with a couple of wins this year. Marquette with 3 wins. Alton 1-3 as they play here tonight, and then have a couple of road games. The return man for Alton over the 25, out near the 27-yard line. And the Redbirds on offense for the first time tonight as they hit the field here in this Southwestern Conference game. Some other games tonight in the conference. Collinsville at East St. Louis, O'Fallon at Granite City, and tomorrow the Battle of Belleville. Belleville East at Belleville West tomorrow. Tigers on D now. Redbirds running the offense with an I formation behind the quarterback, and that is Aaron Womack, and he will pitch it to the near side, and stretching it out all the way near the sideline is Zach Lovett. And Lovett out over the 30 to the 31-yard line. Number 17 gains about 4.5.
Well, they'll try to establish a running game here off the bat if they can. And not a bad start there to pick up 4 yards on first down along the right side.
Alton at their own 31-yard line now. First-year head coach Jeff Alderman with the headset on, and he's right at the line of scrimmage watching his Redbirds on offense. And Womack going to roll to his left, and the lefty will fire and complete it out there on the sideline in front of the Edwardsville bench. First down and more, out near midfield on a grab out there on the far side in front of the Tigers bench there, and it's out to the 47-yard line.
Just a little roll out to his left side. Womack, he completes the play to West and gets good yardage that time. All the way out to the 47, picks up 16 on the play.
Completed pass, makes it 1st and 10, and Womack under center again. And now players jumping around and both lines clapping, thinking it's the other with the penalty here. Is it offsides or is it motion on the offense?
Well, it looks like the Alton players started to back up a little bit. We'll see. And they are going to back them up.
Back to the 42-yard line on the 5-yard motion penalty on the offense, and 9:37 to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 in favor of Edwardsville here early on, as West, the receiver, will bring a new play in. Coming out is John Piper. And Womack gets the play and sets it up for his offense here. Under center, Womack. The line sets up. At 1st and 15, Womack is going to roll to his right. He's going to throw it deep, and a step there, but Tyler McLemore couldn't reach it. Just overthrown, and McLemore had put some space between him and the defense.
Yeah, it was a well-designed play. They had picked up the blitz coming in from Womack's right side. They had 2 blocking backs there to be able to pick up that blindside blitzer, and gave Womack the time to throw the pass. He just overshot his receiver.
2nd down and 15, and it looks like another timeout on the field here. And we have 9:31 to go in the first quarter as we get set for 2nd down and 15. Alton Redbirds for the first time tonight on offense. And again, a big crowd here, a lot of red here on the near side. A small crowd on the far side in orange for the Edwardsville Tigers. It is the Tigers and the Redbirds tonight, and on homecoming night, big Redbird emblem at midfield. Architect Dick Lyons painting that almost each and every week. He gets out there and does it by hand. Doesn't trace at all. He's pretty good.
You think you can be that clever?
No. Redbird logo at the 50-yard line.
I'm just glad that see this field in good playing condition. You were here, 2 weeks ago? Not so much after that Collinsville game.
Here's a handoff up the middle and a loss of another yard. We had 2 weeks in a row where we had lots and lots of rain. Labor Day weekend, the hurricane coming in. And the week after that, more rain, more mud. They moved some of the freshman and sophomore games off this field. And the ball carrier, Jarrell Wallace, going to lose about a yard, and it's now 3rd down and nearly 16 to go for a first down.
Well, the conditions of the field winds up actually giving Marquette 3 straight road games after they were going to start with 3 home games to begin the season.
3rd and long. Womack back to pass. He's in trouble, and he is sacked. 32-yard line. Looks like where they'll mark it, it'll be 4th and even longer now, and it's punting time for the Redbirds.
Well, initially he had time to throw the football, but then they brought the house right up the middle, and the protection collapsed there. And once Womack couldn't escape the pocket there, he was pretty much in no man's land and takes a loss of about 10 yards. And after a good start to the drive, Alton's got a punt.
And they punt it away, and a fair catch is called for at the 40, and it's fumbled, bobbled, and picked up by the Redbirds. Isaiah Burnett, number 14, right there to scoop it up. Burnett grabs the fumbled punt by the Tigers.
Oh, and a critical mistake there from number 42, John Fleming. He had called for the fair catch and bobbled the ball. Looked like he really never got himself squared to the football and underneath it and just off the side of his shoulder pad. And first turnover of the night goes the way of the Redbirds here, and they get a nice break here and good starting field position at the Edwardsville 37-yard line.
So the offense right back on the field, and now we have a flag that flies. And did the defense line up offsides this time, as it was an early flag? And it is offsides on the Tigers. 5 yards against Edwardsville as they make a couple of mistakes here back-to-back. And we'll see how the Alton Redbirds handle it at 1st and 5, now down to the 32-yard line of the Tigers.
And now you're getting into scoring territory here, where you're going to look at each set of downs here as 4-down territory, and Alton getting into prime position here to maybe set themselves up to try to tie this game up.
Womack under center. And he's now looking at the Tigers defense and looking at a 1st and 5. He's back, faking the handoff and looking over the middle and off the hands of McLemore there, right over the middle, inside the 5, between the hash marks, incomplete.
Well, that's a matchup they're going to have to continue to look for here. He's targeted McLemore twice now. He hasn't connected with him yet, but on both occasions he's had opportunities. Womack has to get the ball into him. He had him there over a crossing route, right over the middle of the field. If he hits him in the hands, that's going to be a touchdown because the protection was good. It didn't break down. He had time to throw the football and falls incomplete.
Now they'll try to run the ball over the right side, down to the 30. A couple of yards there is going to make it 3rd down and about 3 to go. As Javon McBride, number 1, gets the carry for a couple. It's at the Edwardsville 30-yard line now, the ball at 7:15 to go. First quarter, 7-0, Edwardsville.
I would think you're in 4-down territory here, don't you?
I think so. As the Redbirds go to the line of scrimmage, the center is Brendan Linhart, a junior, 5'10", 210 pounds, and under center it's Womack, a left-handed quarterback, the senior signal caller. Long count, looking for a hard count. He's going to pitch it to McBride over the left side. Ducks inside the 30. Maybe a yard or 2, but it's going to be 4th and short. 4th and maybe 2 to go.
I'm a little surprised they went with the pitch there because it was short down yardage on 3rd down there. They decided to go with a pitch, and looked like maybe initially that McBride was going to be able to get a little daylight over there along the left side, but it closed pretty quickly, and they are going to go for it here, 4th and 2, and probably the right decision here. No need to try to pin this in deep.
Receivers left and right. It's an I formation. They'll try to run it, but the ball carrier, McBride, tripped up at the 30, and he won't make it on 4th and short. They'll give the ball up on downs. McBride is right on the 30. And it's going to be Edwardsville ball, 1st and 10 now.
Surprised with the play call there? I thought maybe they would roll Womack out here, do a little play fake because you're going to get the defense to collapse in the middle there to try to close it off quickly. Well, maybe that was an opportunity to roll Womack. He's got some speed to try to pick up the 1st down, and Edwardsville's defense stiffens up after the turnover.
Now back to throw. Collins looking over the middle. He throws it, and a crowd there, but it is caught. And Edwardsville for 15 yards out to their own 45-yard line. The ball was grabbed there. And again, a crowd, but Darius Cockrell, number 3, makes the grab.
Coverage was good. That's a pretty good throw there from Will Collins to be able to thread that thing in there because there wasn't a whole lot of room, but somehow Cockrell was able to make the play.
Edwardsville with a new set of downs. They run it to the far side, right in front of their own bench, Edwardsville bench. And it's going to be another 1st down over the 50 to the Alton 43-yard line. And 1st and 10 Tigers. We're down to 5:40 to go here in the opening quarter. 2 receivers come to the near side. I formation behind Collins again. Will Collins, number 14, the senior quarterback. And they'll run it up the middle, and not much there. Maybe a yard or 2 for the ball carrier. It might be Mulford again. He's a senior, number 36. 2nd down and about 9 more to go.
Again, he's not a real big guy, but strong kid who just runs hard. You hit him initially, he's not going to go down right away, so you're really going to have to bear down to wrap him up and bring him down, and usually he gains a lot of his yards after 2nd and 3rd contact.
2nd down and 9, a quick handoff up the middle. Spinning over the left side was Mulford again. And to the 39-yard line, he's going to gain a couple. 4.5 minutes to go. First quarter, we're now at 3rd down and 6 more to go.
Not a whole lot there. They tried to sell a little play fake there and roll the quarterback, but the Alton defense didn't bite. Important third down here. It's kind of in that gray area. If Edwardsville doesn't convert, I wouldn't imagine they would go for it here.
Back to throw is Collins, rolling to his left. He fires it to the sideline and incomplete. Receiver maybe looking for the sidelines and worried about going out of bounds, but Julian Harvey had it go off of his hands, incomplete.
Yeah, that's one of those where he kind of gator-armed the ball there. The throw was there. If he extends, he's going to be able to pick up the first down or close to it, but doesn't come up with the play.
Redbirds could use a stop here. It's 4th and 6.
I'm a little surprised they're going for it here.
Yeah, they could pin the Redbirds way back.
That's what I would do.
But instead, at the Alton 39-yard line, shotgun here.
It could quick kick, yeah.
They will. Collins will boot it away. Nobody back. It's going to hit at the 5 and roll in for a touchback at 4:01 to go. Redbirds get it out at the 20-yard line, though.
Not a very good punt there. You would think you would try to angle that one somewhere along the sidelines and get it out of bounds, but didn't really give his team much of a chance to get down and make a play there either. So that's about a net of 19 yards on the punt.
20-yard line for the Redbirds. They're at their own 20. Don't forget, after the game, our Munganast Alton Toyota Player of the Game coming your way. 7-0 Tigers here as we set up shop with a spread a little bit here. Shotgun for Womack. He's back to throw, and he finds Piper, number 9, and he breaks a tackle over the 30, out of bounds at about the 33-yard line as Piper went out, found some space, and the senior made the grab.
Picks up about 14 yards on the play, and nice little spin move as well there to break away and be able to gain a few extra yards for Alton's second first down of the game, and moves it out to the 34-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 34. Last week, the Alton Knights of Columbus Quarterback Club announcing the Alton Redbirds as the offensive line of the week. Against O'Fallon, still racking up about 300 yards. Here's Wallace, number 3, gain up the middle, or a run up the middle for only about a half yard. It's going to be 2nd down and 9.5 to go.
Not a whole lot of running room so far in this game other than Gray's long 38-yard touchdown, about the only distance run that we've seen so far in this game. So far, it's been both teams passing the ball that's enabled them to move the football.
Here we go. Womack in the shotgun. He's back to throw. He has McLemore caught. First down at the 45. He finds McLemore over the middle, and I think they'll give him the 45-yard line for about 11 yards.
And they will. And again, the protection was good, and that was the key there. The offensive line so far holding up for the Redbirds, giving Womack enough time to throw the football.
And so complete there for the Redbirds. And with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, out to their own 45-yard line, the Redbirds may have to put it in the air quite a bit tonight. Not much running room yet. We're only in the first quarter. They're going to try to run it here. The deep man up the middle for 2 yards to the 47-yard line. 2nd down, and that's going to be number 17, Lovett, the senior, with the carry. 2nd down and 8, near midfield for Alton High.
Womack 3 for 5 for 41 yards so far. And again, the 2 incompletions were passes trying to go to McLemore and just misfired on both attempts. Otherwise, he could be a perfect 5 for 5 so far tonight.
Shotgun again with 2:10 to go, first quarter. Womack is back. And looking over the defense, the snap is low. He has it, looking over the middle and looking deep. Long pass, and it's long over the head of Piper on the far sidelines, and that is incomplete. 3rd down.
I think, again, it bodes well that Womack is not back there running around for his life. He's able to survey the field. Protection holding up very well so far in this first quarter. We'll see if that continues throughout this game. If it does, this might be a game where you might have to pass it 30, 35 times, especially if you continue to get good pass protection like that.
1:59 to go, first quarter. 3rd down and 8. Redbirds need a big play here, a big third down conversion as West brings in the new play. And he comes to the near side. McLemore in the slot here on the near side. Womack rolling to the near side. He's in trouble. He's sacked again. 3rd and long, and now it's 4th and longer once again.
Well, that time they came from Womack's left side. He rolls to his right, but the protection wasn't there. They brought 3 players. And they brought the blitz again. They brought the blitz on 3rd down 3 different times so far. Something for Alton to keep an eye on. And that time Womack had no chance to make a play.
1:29 to go, first quarter. Redbirds will punt it away. It's a high snap. The kick is away, though, and a booming line drive hits at the 15, rolling to the 5, and just a yard into the end zone.
Boy, that was almost scripted about as well as you can possibly have a play there. And you're right, that was a long, deep kick, and if he takes just a little something off of that, that thing might roll dead at the 1-2 yard line, but it just crossed over the end line.
63 yards from their own 37.
Edwards will get it at the 20-yard line, and majority of that was on flight. There wasn't a whole lot of bounce and roll on that, so good kick.
Tigers ball again, just 1:15 to go in this first quarter. Under center is Collins. He'll hand it to the deep man, and over the middle and up to the 25-yard line goes the ball carrier, Bennett Gray. Gray, a senior. He's 5'11". Again, the other ball carrier, Mulford, 5'7". So 2 little, powerful guys for the Tigers, and we're under a minute to go now. 2nd down and 6 more to go.
Gray more the speed guy for Edwardsville, and Mulford is your power guy, so good 1-2 combo.
Here's the deep man again, and up the middle, 1st down and more, and it's Gray into the secondary, over the 50, to the 40, the 30. He's caught from behind as Piper brings him down inside the 20. Looks like they're in the red zone now, Alton's 20-yard line.
Well, it didn't look like there was much of anything there, but then all of a sudden, and even Gray, I think he was a little bit surprised.
Holding, and it's coming back.
I didn't see the yellow out there. Maybe that's why he stopped.
Holding way back, about 10 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. So the penalty net is only going to be 2 yards, and making it 2nd down and about 7. But they had it at the Alton 20. Instead, they're at their own 23-yard line.
It wipes out a 55-yard gain for Gray, though.
So Bennett Gray will have that wiped off the stat sheet. And 2nd down over again. Holding on the Edwardsville Tigers. Here's the snap back, the give to Gray again. It looks like, nope, they're going to fake it, throw it out to the 30, 35 before Mulford is knocked out at the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 at his own 38.
Well, they do pick up the 1st down that time, and it is Mulford, but going to have to work it back down the field once again. Time he gets from the 23 to about the 38-yard line. Now 2 receptions for Mulford so far, doing it in the air. And Collins also, he's only misfired on 1 pass so far. He's 4 out of 5.
Here's a snap back, the handoff to Gray. He's hit at the 40. Driving forward to the 42-yard line on our last play of the first quarter. Tigers have it, 2nd down and about 6. When we start the second quarter, they're at their own 42-yard line when we resume in the second period. After 1 quarter, Edwardsville 7, Alton nothing. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3168 to speak to a representative.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Second down, Tigers, as Collins is back to throw. He throws it over the middle. It's caught over the 50. First down to the Alton 44-yard line on the grab by Cockrell, number 3, and it's 1st and 10 Tigers. 7-0 Edwardsville leading here after 1 quarter at the stadium tonight.
Just another, more of a slant route that time. He's able to hit his favorite target, Cockrell, that time, and he gets it to about the Alton 44-yard line for a 14-yard gain.
And the Alton Redbirds jump on the defensive line, it looks like. And that's going to be offsides and give Edwardsville 5 free yards. The freshman and sophomore football games, originally scheduled for here at the stadium tomorrow, have been moved to Edwardsville and the Lincoln Middle School field. The freshman game at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Sophomore game begins at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, but again, it's moved off this field and moved to the Edwardsville Lincoln Middle School for tomorrow morning. The freshman and the sophomore football games for the Redbirds and the Tigers. Here's a handoff up the middle, couple of yards, making it second down. 11 minutes to go, first half. Edwardsville driving at the Alton 37-yard line, 2nd and 3.
Well, it was an offsides play on first down, number 54. Patrick Woodard jumped, so it gave Edwardsville shorter distance, and now they have 2nd and about 2.5 here to work with after Gray got 2 yards.
Collins back to throw, rolling to his right, throws it to a wide-open Cockrell, and he escapes 2 defenders, 3 defenders, and he's going to score. Touchdown as he breaks away from 37 yards. Collins to Cockrell, and he did most of it on his own.
Well, there are some missed tackles there, obviously. He had an opportunity. Nice rollout by Collins. He was able to disguise the run there pretty well, and he found an open receiver, but they had opportunities to tackle him around the 20-yard line and a couple of misses, and you got to give Cockrell some credit for making a play there. And once he escaped the initial impact there, guys trying to bring him down, he was gone.
Touchdown pass for Collins. The extra point is in the air and good. The Tigers, with 10:32 to go in the second quarter, have scored their second touchdown now, and it's 14-0. Edwardsville leading Alton. Tigers on the board once again. So Alton will get the football back. Southwestern Conference battle here tonight. Edwardsville 3-1. Alton at 1-3 on the year. And we'll see what the Redbirds do now, down by 2 touchdowns.
Well, both 1-1 in the conference, and if I'm not mistaken, both chasing East St. Louis. Is that right? Is anybody else 2-0?
I think O'Fallon might be.
Okay, O'Fallon. Yeah, you're right. O'Fallon is 2-0, so a couple of 2-0s there. So important game for both of these teams here if they're going to try to stay near the top of the conference standings, because the separation starts to happen pretty quickly.
Week number 3 in the conference. 10:32 to go, second quarter. Redbirds get the kick here after the Edwardsville touchdown. And the Redbirds will be back on offense. Again, they were named the Offensive Line of the Week in the Riverbend last week at O'Fallon. Those linemen, Brendan Linhart, Jacob Hertz, Kyle Nance, Robert Weaver, and Zach Edwards. The Redbirds offensive line winning the Offensive Line of the Week. Here's the kick, and the Redbirds try to grab it. One of the up men at the 30-yard line. Looked like it's rolling around. Still rolling around. It's Edwardsville ball. The Tigers finally grabbed that loose ball at about the 33-yard line.
It was a short kick to begin with, and I don't know if Alton wasn't expecting that or not. They had the hands team ready, though, and they had players over there, but the Tigers converged on it quickly. And just like that, they're set up at the Alton 34-yard line after Baker's little pooch kickoff there, and it winds up paying off.
And so Collins and the Tigers have the ball back as head coach Matt Martin calling for that kickoff there. Short kick. This time it's Gray. He's over the right side for a couple of yards. Second down, Edwardsville here.
Got an opportunity now to maybe stretch this into a 3-touchdown game.
Ten minutes to go, second quarter, 14-0 Edwardsville. They lead by 2 TDs. And now a timeout call. The Alton defense would like a timeout. We'll take a break. Early second quarter, Edwardsville 14-0, leading here at Alton High. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
I'll grab the birthday cake. You bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Protection! Can anyone over there give me protection? Put me in, coach. I can offer protection. Not only can I protect the quarterback, I can protect your dreams. Call me, Gerard Fisher, 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
After the Alton defensive timeout, Bennett Gray of Edwardsville running over the right side. He's thrown to the ground by Tyler McLemore of the Redbirds, and now it's going to be third down and 2 to go for the Tigers here. 9:30 to go, second quarter. Tigers lead it 14-0 over the Redbirds. Alton's homecoming game here in September. 2012 homecoming week and homecoming weekend. They throw it down the line of scrimmage, a wide receiver screen. It's grabbed there, first down and more, all the way inside the 5-yard line. It's going to be first and goal as Harvey grabbed it, and he was off to the races.
Oh, this Edwardsville passing game, which wasn't maybe something that we thought we'd be talking about here tonight. And the passing game is really making things happen right now, and takes that one all the way down to the 1-yard line.
First and goal, 9 minutes to go, second quarter here at Public School Stadium. Our Friday night doubleheader underway here in the 7 o'clock hour. Collins under center. He's going to fake the handoff. No, he did give the handoff over the right side, fake the pitch, and Mulford goes in for the touchdown. 1-yard touchdown plunge with 8:47 to go. Second quarter, Tigers on the board again.
Well, they convert points after the kickoff, and we're able to recover, and that is short field to work with, and that's usually Mulford territory there around that goal line, and he cleans up the 1-yarder and takes it in himself.
And the extra point is in the air, and good. It is 21-0 as the Tigers score again, and they'll kick off again. They just did a moment ago, and those 2 touchdowns basically 2 minutes apart, and the Tigers led 7-0 after 1 quarter. They now up that lead to 21-0 over Alton High now.
Well, now if you're the Redbirds, you don't want to let this thing get away from you. You're going to have to put some offensive drives together here to try to stay afloat here and keep this game close. And they have moved the football at times, particularly throwing the football. Womack's had opportunities. He's gotten the football down the field. Now you're going to have to leave your offense out. They've been sitting on the sidelines for a while here. Defense is getting a little tired here too. You want to try to sustain at least a drive here to give those guys a break.
Kickoff for the Tigers, 8:47 to go, second quarter. We'll see what the Redbirds do. Get the football. And they're ready to go now. 8:47 remaining, second quarter, as number 2, Brandon Baker, tees it up, boots it away, kicks a low line drive to the 20-yard line. It's scooped up there, and the Redbirds will try to return it out to the 25-yard line. That's about it for Burnett, number 14, Isaiah Burnett. Over the 25 for a 1st and 10, Redbirds ball.
Well, they'll try to sustain a drive here, get something going here, and keep the defense off the field, keep this offense out here, try to put some points on the board here, now down by 3 scores. I'm not saying yet you're getting into that desperation mode, but you need to start thinking about putting some points on the board here, especially before halftime. You'd hate to go into the locker room with nothing to show for it.
Back goes Womack to throw it. He completes it to McLemore, and McLemore over the 30, over the 40, out near midfield to the 47-yard line before Tyler is brought down. 1st and 10 at the Alton 47.
That's a good start there. That gets you about 20 yards on the play. Get it out near midfield. Just a nice little simple rollout to McLemore or to Womack's left. In stride, hits his receiver along the sidelines. He makes a couple of moves, makes a couple defenders miss, and gets himself a nice 20-yard gain there.
Edwardsville leading by 3 touchdowns. Up the middle it goes. Wallace, 1st down and more. Big yardage up the middle. Inside the Edwardsville 35 to the 34. 1st and 10, Alton again.
Well, now you put together a couple of back-to-back nice plays there. That was just a quick burst up the middle for Wallace, and you can tell once he's able to hit a hole, he's able to get some of that speed going, and just like that, 2 plays, Alton's at the Edwardsville 35-yard line.
Now they throw it deep, and into the red zone it goes. It's grabbed there, and it's McLemore again, it looks like. The grab on the far side, and they're going to mark it at the 13-yard line of Edwardsville.
Couple of big plays so far on this drive. One goes for 20, then 18-yard run and a 22-yard pass play there down to the 13-yard line, and Alton, for the first time in this game, in the red zone. They got to convert here.
1st and 10 from the 13, but they jump off sides. It looks like the right tackle jumping early for Alton, and that'll push him back 5 yards.
Not the time to start going backwards once you get into the red zone, but it's going to set up a 1st and 15 here now, and not the part of the field you want to start making mistakes in after you put together a nice sustained little quick drive here, and you've gotten them on 3 plays. I was going to say sustained, really haven't. You've moved the football pretty quickly here.
Bang, bang, bang into the red zone, and Womack rolling to his left, looking for a receiver, and McLemore tried to grab it, but couldn't. Double coverage there, and he still got a hand on it, but incomplete.
A little dangerous pass there. There was a trio of Edwardsville defenders there, and that one in danger of maybe getting picked off, but McLemore was able to get a hand on it, falling away, falling into the end zone. He nearly pulled that thing in.
So, from the 18-yard line, it's 2nd down and 15. Redbirds in the red zone. The offensive line gets set. Timeout. And we're going to have a timeout on the field. It's Edwardsville with a defensive timeout. 7:02 to go. And the clock's still rolling, and they're going to put some time back on the clock, I believe. And we'll take a quick break. Right back to the stadium here in a moment. Edwardsville 21, Alton High nothing. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Should you bring your vehicle to Quick Lane at Roberts Motors? You never need an appointment, just drive on in. Quick Lane has the guaranteed lowest tire prices around. Plus, we perform a multi-point inspection of the critical items on your vehicle at no charge every time you visit. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, or any other make, Quick Lane can service it. We're even open on Saturdays. Stop by Quick Lane at Roberts Motors today. Come see why life is better in the Quick Lane.
At First Mid-America Credit Union, they offer more than savings accounts, checking accounts, money markets, loans, and IRAs. They also offer a Visa Platinum Card, which rewards their members with low rates, no annual fees, no hidden fees, no balance transfer fees, built-in safety features to protect your card from fraud, and a reward program which rewards you for every purchase you make. Apply today for a First Mid-America Credit Union Visa Platinum Card at www.1stmidamerica.com.
Going to throw, and he throws it to the end zone. It's caught. Grab there, a shoestring grab, and it's caught. And the Redbirds have a touchdown as West is in the end zone.
Nice play there. Nice rollout. Nice route there, running into the corner just inside the pylon there on the end zone. And a nice grab from West there. And a good drive, good answer for this Alton offense to be able to come back and put some points on the board.
7-minute mark, and now they try to tack on the extra point with Matt Leonard, number 19, a right-footed kicker. The hold is down, the kick is up, it is good. Leonard with the extra point, it's 21-7. The Redbirds on the board as they do it mostly through the air, and they may be through the air all night long.
Well, that's where they were able to move the football earlier in this game, where they were able to get some pass completions. And again, it all stems back to the offensive line, giving Womack time and protection to throw the football. Textbook example of it there. He had plenty of time even on the rollout, and good route there from his receiver, and he was able to fire a dart in there, and West came up with the football, and Alton's on the board. Now it's up to your defense to make a stand here, maybe get the ball back before halftime, try to put some more points on the board.
7-minute mark, 7 minutes to go till halftime. And the Redbirds are on the board. 7 minutes to go, second quarter. And Leonard will tee it up. Matt Leonard will kick it off at his own 40-yard line, and the Tigers will get the football again. Big crowd in red here tonight for homecoming weekend. And the Tigers return it from their own 15, out to the 20, now the 30, out near the 40-yard line. Goes the return man up the middle. 39-yard line, it looks like, is where they will mark it. Harvey, number 6, I believe, returning that for the orange and black of Edwardsville.
Good return there all the way out to the 39-yard line, and 6:53 left on the clock, so plenty of time for Edwardsville to try to put another score up here, but Alton's looking at it like get the defense, maybe get a 3-and-out here, get the football back for the offense. Looks like they got into a nice little groove there on that last drive, moving the football, most of it through the air.
You'd like to see Womack get the ball back and get the ball back in the air. Here's Gray over the left side, and before he's hit and knocked down, he's over the 45, out near the 47. He's going to gain about 8. Second down and just 2 to go near midfield.
That's good yards on first down. Just a nice little halfback pitch there, and he's able to find some ground and move it along the left side and out near midfield to the 47-yard line.
6:20 to go. Redbirds on defense here. Tigers will throw it. Collins rolling to his right, being chased. He gets away and gets it away to Harvey, who comes back to make the catch over the 50 to the Alton 42-yard line, 1st and 10.
Well, he had a man in his face that time. Good little rollout. And then all of a sudden, number 4, Mark Collins, was in Collins' grill. The quarterback, Collins, was in his face, and he unloaded it quickly in a nice pass play there. Got it to Harvey and got a first down.
1st and 10 at the Alton 42-yard line. 5:50 to go here in the first half. As Edwardsville will drop back, they'll hand it off. Gray has some room up the middle. He's hit by McLemore, who comes up for the stop at the 36 of Alton. Gain of about 6 yards, 2nd down and 4.
All of a sudden, Gray is starting to find a little bit of real estate running the football between the tackles here. Offensive line getting a decent surge, getting a good push, and last 3 carries have gone for 7, 8, and 7, and all first down carries, so that's what you like out of an offense, to get good yards like that.
5 minutes to go, first half. Collins back to throw. Pump fake. Now he's going deep to Cockrell, and it's out of bounds on the near side. He overthrows number 3. Incomplete. It's 3rd down.
Well, he was going to have to thread a pretty good ball in there. It was just a little bit of daylight there to maybe catch a ball, but it's also good coverage there. I can't see the number.
4 again, okay. Mark Collins.
Collins was there, the DB. Nice looking coverage there. And it was going to take a perfect throw to be able to thread that football in.
Well, 3rd down and 3. The Redbirds need a stop as they pack up. And in the box, all kinds of defenders. Here's Gray, hit at the line. Losing yardage maybe there as he is slammed to the ground. 3 Redbirds on the tackle at least.
Well, he's definitely not going to get the yards that he needed. And if anything, he maybe lost the length of the football or so there. And it's going to bring up an interesting call here for Matt Martin. Well, still a lot of time left, so I'm thinking you're in punt situation. Put this ball back and
going to go for it again. 4th down and about 4 to go.
Surprising here.
Collins getting ready to get under center. 4:44 to go, first half. Clock ticking down, and they hand the ball off up the middle. Nothing doing as Mulford is knocked down at the 35. It's Alton ball as the Redbirds put up a wall on defense on back-to-back plays.
That's a good stand there, and I'm a little surprised they didn't punt this thing away, but I guess considering the last time they were in this area, the quarterback, who also punts, Collins, didn't really get a good punt off, and they didn't net much yardage out of there, so I guess Matt Martin maybe figures, let's take a chance here, and this time the Alton defense came up big and gets the offense back out on the field after a good drive, see if they can put another one together.
4:36 to go till halftime. They try to run it and hit at the line of scrimmage. No gain at the 35-yard line. Might have been Wallace, number 3, with the carry there. For the Redbirds, no gain for number 3, 2nd down and 10 for Alton.
Well, each team has burned 2 timeouts so far in this first half, so that's not an area that Edwardsville defensively can go to here if they happen to get into a 3rd down situation. Well, maybe they can burn the 1 timeout, but neither team can really stop the clock and try to get the ball back here.
Here's Womack rolling and firing to Piper at the 40. It's caught. And let's see, they mark him out at the 41-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 6. And it'll be 3rd and 4 as Piper had to come back and help his quarterback, and he did.
Well, Womack is connected on 4 out of his last 5 pass attempts, and they needed to get something there to give themselves a realistic shot here. It's instead of a 3rd and 10, now they're looking at a 3rd and 4. And definitely something that they can gain here, maybe pick up a first down, keep this drive alive at the 41-yard line.
Here's the snap back. Womack looking over the middle, and he finds Piper over the 50 to the 45. Piper to the 40. Puts on the afterburners down inside the 30-yard line to the Edwardsville 27-yard line.
They say speed kills, doesn't it? Boy, once he caught that quick slant, he raced across the right and was able to get down that right sideline using his speed, getting those extra yards, and Alton pushing and knocking on the door in back-to-back drives here.
And we'll see what happens now at the 27-yard line, 1st and 10, and Alton on offense with 3:20 to go. Lots of time left till halftime.
32-yard gain there.
Here's a handoff over the right side Just inside the 25-yard line goes number 17, Lovett. Lovett to near the 24. Give him 3. It's 2nd down and 7 to go. Again after the game, our Munganast Alton Toyota player of the game headed your way. We're under 3 minutes to go till halftime. 21-7, Edwardsville by 2 touchdowns. They led 21-0. The Redbirds with a touchdown a couple of minutes ago, and they're driving again. Womack looking, avoiding a couple of tacklers, and now he dropped the ball, and it's still loose. Let's see if he got it at the 30-yard line.
I think he did.
He did.
Well, that could have been disastrous.
Just dropped the ball while he was trying to avoid a sack or 2 there.
With somebody that can roll out to either side of the field, I'm surprised he's not one where if there's nothing there and no place to throw the ball immediately, that he doesn't take off and just go north and south. He does seem to do a lot of east-west running in that, and it almost cost him there. He does lose about 5 yards on the play.
And so, 3rd and long, 3rd and 13 to go now. Womack looking up top to Piper, and that one is tipped away and maybe thrown a little behind Piper at the 20. And it'll be 4th down now at the 30-yard line.
You go for it?
I think you have to
long.
now.
No, boy, it's...
Can't kick a field goal.
No, this would be about a 48-yard field goal, and I don't know if they have anybody with that kind of distance. Does Leonard got that kind of distance? I haven't seen him kick.
I wouldn't think so, no. 1:44 to go here. First half, and shotgun for Womack again. On 4th and 13 from the 30-yard line of Edwardsville. They snap it back, and a pump fake. Womack giving himself some time here. Still giving himself some time. He throws it, and it is tipped away. At the last moment there, tipped away as he was looking for West. West was going to be short of a first down anyway, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, they weren't going to pick up the first down, but a nice effort from Womack to escape a couple of times where he could have been sacked and given up even more yards, but he was able to elude a couple of those opportunities for Edwardsville on defense. On the run, he's running towards his left to a sliding west. It would have picked up 8, 9, 10 yards, but it would have been short, so wouldn't have gained it anyway, but got to credit Womack there for a nice effort.
And so now the ball goes back to the Tigers. And 1:35 remaining here in the first half. Edwardsville still up 21-7. Redbirds on D. Here's Mulford over the left side. A dive to the 35, 36-yard line. Gain of 6, 2nd down and 4, and the Tigers may just run out the clock here. Maybe 2 more runs, 2 more plays, and take a lead into halftime of 21-7.
Mulford's been pretty quiet here so far in the running game, and not in a real big hurry here, so they may be content with a 2-score lead here.
Collins under center with 1 minute to go till halftime. Mulford again up the middle, near the 40, going to be just short, apparently. 3rd and 1, 3rd and short.
Well, if you're Alton, maybe you burn a timeout here and try to get the ball back, but with it being 3rd and literally inches here, and Edwardsville in no hurry, I'm surprised that they don't stop the clock themselves here to try to maybe get something quick down the field.
I think Alton out of timeouts. Edwardsville might have 2 timeouts left. 20 seconds to go as they run it up the middle again, and that's going to be the end of the first half. Mulford down to the ground he goes after a gain of a couple. First down, stop the clock for the chains to move to the 42-yard line. And they'll start the clock again. And Edwardsville may not run another play. from their own 42-yard line. The clock rolls again, and that's going to be halftime here for Homecoming 2012. The Alton Redbirds here at the stadium at West trailing. Redbirds trailing Edwardsville 21-7 at the halftime break. We'll be back with halftime in a moment. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Tom Lane, State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Barry Macias, professional, independent insurance agents. First Mid-America Credit Union, exceeding member expectations since 1934. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance. All of your protection under one roof.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3168 to speak to a rep.
Early Bird Prize, sponsored by C&B Bank and Trust in Larry Franklin, is Mary Lou Roderick from Godfrey. Winning number 20221. Thank you, Mary Lou. You can come up behind the bleachers near the concession stand. Thank you, Mary Lou.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the field where your Alton High School Marching 100 will be performing excerpts from their 2012 fall production entitled Triumph. The Marching 100 is under the field direction of drum major Sarah Leach, Andrew Rivera, and Zora Breville. Drum majors, is the band ready?
Well, my camera.
Marching 100, you may take the field in exhibition.
She feels like a tiger. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
finishing in second place and winning the trophy for best professional performance. The next competition comes Saturday, September 29th, when they travel to Lebanon, Illinois, for the McHenry University Preview of Champions. Good luck to the Marching 100. Next, ladies and gentlemen, is a special performance by the Jesse White Tumblers. Stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Jesse White Tumblers. The Jesse White tumbling team was created in
2. I couldn't dare do that, dude. I couldn't dare do this.
Game for Alton, and Tigers lead the Redbirds 21-7. Edwardsville and Alton now get ready for the second half. Louis Korak and Brent Berkland here, back with you on the Big Z. And both teams back on the field, and both teams huddling up. Special teams getting ready to roll here. We still got a halftime show. Just a little bit left. Carrollton now leading Calhoun. Last score we heard now 30-0. Carrollton over Calhoun. The Jerseyville game is halftime now. 21-14. They lead Triad up in Jersey, going for 5-0. And Carlinville update 30-24. Carlinville over Staunton at halftime, and Carlinville up by 6
at halftime. Wow.
We know they can both score.
I'm thinking maybe that was going to be a final score, but wow, halftime. Are they playing defense up there?
Jerseyville, or I should say Edwardsville, will kick it off here. Tigers from their own 40-yard line will boot it to the Redbirds. Back deep, McLemore and McBride. Number 1, Javon McBride, and number 10, Tyler McLemore, 2 seniors. The deep men back at their own 10-yard line. We'll see if Baker will kick it that far, whether he shoots a line drive again.
Well, I just saw him kick a 50-yard field goal.
And he sends one back to McBride, who comes to the near side looking for a block, but he's over the 20 before he's knocked down and maybe right at the 20-yard line. Alton ball, 1st and 10 at their own 20. Third quarter underway. Redbirds ball.
Well, if you're Alton, you hope for the same kind of pass protection that Womack had in that first half. He was 8 of 14 for 139 yards, and both teams going to 3 different receivers for their aerial attacks so far here tonight. And again, it's been good pass protection for Alton so far, hoping to sustain it.
Redbirds try the right side, nothing doing there, as maybe to the 21-yard line goes the pile of Redbirds, and Tigers dancing there to the right. Last man up off the pile, McBride, I believe it is. Number 1 with the carry, 1 yard.
Yeah, the running game just hasn't been there. 4 net yards for Alton running the football in that first half. That's got to improve.
Wow. Not much at all. Shotgun now, Womack, 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Going to the air, it appears. Aaron Womack back, and the lefty looks over the middle, throwing it deep and incomplete. As the receiver out there was looking for a little space, Joseph Burnett, I believe, the intended receiver this time.
Well, he's gone deep a couple of times in this game, and it just seems like he's a couple of yards just off target with his receivers. They look like they have a step or two on the DB wherever he's gone with the football. But it's just that timing issue where he hasn't been able to connect on anything down the field. It's been some of the shorter passes that's really worked so far, and it's going to bring up another passing situation because it's 3rd and 9.
They'll fake the handoff. Womack looking over the middle. McLemore there. Makes the grab. Over the shoulder grab. Tyler McLemore at midfield.
That's a terrific catch there. And it's great defense. I mean, you couldn't defense that any better than the Edwardsville DB did there. But it was a perfect pass over the left shoulder where only the receiver can catch it. And McLemore, as he gets up, he points back at his quarterback, basically telling him, nice throw there. Gave him a chance to make the catch, and a huge 3rd down conversion there, 31 yards.
And up the field to the Edwardsville 48-yard line. It's 1st and 10. 10:30 to go, 3rd quarter. Womack sets up his offensive line, I formation behind Womack. They may put it on the ground on 1st down. They pitch to McBride over the right side. He's going to dive forward for maybe a yard and a half, and that's it. As the Redbirds will go 2nd and 9 now at the Edwardsville 47-yard line.
Again, just not much there. They pitched the ball, and McBride tried to survey and see if he can find a hole there. It just hasn't been there running between the tackles. There's just not been a lot of real estate, and they haven't really tried to make too much of an attempt where either any of the backs can get to the sideline, maybe break away.
Womack throwing to McLemore, and this one he couldn't get to on the near sideline, so it's 3rd and 9 as this one is thrown wide left, out of bounds. Ball at the Edwardsville 47-yard line, 3rd and 9 for Alton here around midfield. 21-7, Edwardsville with a lead. Another score, Vandalia 34-6 over Litchfield. Going to the 4th quarter there, Vandalia with a big lead at home. In the SCC, 9:44 to go. Womack rolling to his left, and he runs out of time as he is smacked from behind, and that's a sack for number 50, Kyle Kesey. He was there in a big way.
He came with the blitz on Womack's blind side, and I don't think he saw it coming. Good thing he was able to hang on to the football there, because that had fumble written all over it, because he was coming in there. Another third down play where Edwardsville bring an extra blitzer in, and that time they were able to get to Womack again.
Here's the kick away, the punt by Eli Tall. Tall lets it go, and now a flag flies as it looked like the Redbirds didn't give the return man enough room to punt it away. And it's going to be a penalty on the Redbirds. Tigers will have the football now. 1st and 10, 9:02 to go, third quarter here.
I believe it's going to be that halo rule of giving the would-be receiver ample room to make the catch there. And I don't know, in high school, are those penalties usually 10 or 15 yards?
We're about to find out as they talk it over with the Edwardsville team here about maybe having Alton punt it over again.
I was going to say, do you even have that option? I thought those are usually post-kick fouls.
And now they're going to bring the football back. And I think the Redbirds are going to punt it again.
Well, that's going to put it all the way back at the Alton 30-yard line, so it's about a 15-yard penalty.
Back to their own 30-yard line, or the Alton 30-yard line. I don't know why that would be that far down the field. That's more than 15. 32, 4th and 32 now. Here's a kick by Tall as he tries to boot it away, and whistles blow once again as the ball goes out of bounds near midfield. Looks like it's out at the Edwardsville 46-yard line. 1st and 10 from there.
So basically it all came out the same, because where they were going to have the football, you marked that off 15 yards, so it all averaged out to about the same.
Can't figure out why they put that ball all the way back to the 30-yard line, though.
Well, it was 4th and 17, so I guess it was the 15-yard mark-off. I don't recall where the original line of scrimmage was, but...
Over the right side goes Gray. He's knocked down right away at the line of scrimmage. Jamel Gibson with a good play there. Open field tackle. 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9. 8:30 to go. Third quarter. 21-7. Edwardsville leading Alton here in the third quarter tonight. Here's Collins back to throw, and he throws to the far sideline, and it is caught. Diving catch there. Might be Cockrell again, number 3, at the Alton 40-yard line, right in front of the Tigers bench.
Pick up of about 13 yards there, and we talked about how Womack had some success throwing the ball. How about Collins? He was 8 of 10 for 162 yards and a touchdown. Pretty efficient there, and he picks up right where he left off with another 13-yard gain there and a first down.
8 minutes to go, third quarter. Collins going to the middle of the field now for 5 or 6 yards. This one is caught. Number 11 making the grab, Brian Crow. Number 11. And the tackle in the middle of the field made by Hassan Hobbs, the senior linebacker. And they mark it at the 33-yard line. Second down.
This is where Alton's defense really needs to stiffen up here.
Maybe get a turnover. Collins back's going to throw it again. He throws it, and it's grabbed there near the pylon. It's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown, 33-yard touchdown pass to the far corner, the far sideline, and it's number 11, Crow again, who makes the grab for the Tigers.
Well, we didn't hear his name at all in the first half, and Collins comes right back to him there, a cross route there. And again, great time for both quarterbacks have had great time to throw the football there. Collins just as much. Protection held up terrific. Threw a nice pass there where only the receiver could make a catch, and Edwardsville, just like to open the game, they get their first possession of the second half and are able to convert.
And the extra point is good, too, to make it 28-7. Tigers leading third quarter as Edwardsville tacks on a touchdown here with 7:17 to go. 7:17 remaining in the third quarter. 4 different Tigers have now scored touchdowns. 2 running touchdowns, rushing touchdowns, 2 TDs in the air. Alton trailing 28-7 now to Edwardsville. Back with more the third quarter in a moment. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'll grab the birthday cake, you bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Drive the football effectively between the 20s. It's once you get inside the 20s is where they've kind of had the door slammed in their face by both Edwardsville and just their Alton's own undoing. Got to go to work here again from their own 30-yard line.
Over 7 minutes remaining here in this third quarter, and Womack in the shotgun. Receivers left and right. 4 receivers set. And Womack looks over the middle, and he tucks the ball under, and he is sacked back near his own 20-yard line. He wanted to get rid of it, and then it was too late. He was sacked.
Well, one of the few times where the pocket collapsed, and there just wasn't a whole lot of time there, and loses about 7 yards on the play, and it's the 4th sack of the night for this Edwardsville defense.
Coach Jeff Alderman talking all week at practice. They're very aggressive on defense. They like to blitz every third or fourth play, really, maybe even more sometimes. Here's Lovett over the 25 to the 26-yard line. It's 3rd and long after the sack and the run, 3rd down.
It's going to be a long try to convert here for Alton. They're going to have to put the ball in the air, so offensive line's going to have to hold up. They're going to have to get these receivers deep downfield. They got to get it to the 40-yard line. It's going to be about 3rd and 14 here.
Their own 26-yard line. They need to get to the 40. We're under 6 minutes to go. Third quarter, 28-7 in favor of Edwardsville now. Here's Womack with a pump and then a long throw to Piper, and it's wide right, out of bounds to the Edwardsville bench. And incomplete, 4th and long. It's punting time for the Redbirds.
Well, they've had it a couple times here in the third quarter, and that was another one of those crossing route plays there by Piper. And again, the pocket just didn't hold up quite like it did earlier in this game for Womack. Maybe got rid of it a little sooner than he wanted.
Edwardsville going to get it on the punt. The punt hits at the 50, rolls to the 40. Edwardsville have it at their own 38-yard line. 1st and 10 as they take over. 1st and 10 here in the third quarter. Again, Marquette and East Alton Wood River coming up for you. Nick Darr and Joe Barrett on the call for game number 2 of our doubleheader tonight. So stay tuned for that. On the web as well, AltonDailyNews.com, and also on the web. Probably in the 10 o'clock hour tonight, we'll start putting up some final scores for you on the scoreboard, on the internet. 5:35 to go here, third quarter. It's Collins in the shotgun. Edwardsville going to throw it again. They throw it to the far side near the Edwardsville bench over the 45 to the 46. Grabbed there by number 6. Harvey with the grab again.
Another completion for Collins. He's been very effective throwing the football tonight. 4 for 4 now to start this second half. 12 out of 14 for the game.
And earlier in this third quarter, he had a touchdown pass. 33 yards for that one in the air. And shotgun, he's going to the air again. This one is picked off at the 50 and to the 40. Now the 30, 20, 10, 5, and near the pylon. Are they going to call it a touchdown? No, it's inside the 1 yard line as that ball was picked off and then off to the races.
If I'm not mistaken, it was number 28, Hassan Hobbs, with the pick.
Hobbs, the linebacker, stepping in and stepping on down the near sideline, and he almost got in, and it's 1st and goal, Redbirds.
Well, he read the route almost like he was the receiver there. It's almost like he knew exactly where the football was going and just missed it. And he's going to get, and Alton's going to set up just inside the 1 yard line. You got to figure they're going to be able to punch this one in.
Womack will hand the ball to Wallace, and right up the middle he goes. Touchdown, number 3, Wallace. From inside the 1, Hassan Hobbs with a pick. Gets the Redbirds to a 1st and goal, and then Wallace plunges in from 1 yard out.
You can't get any better field position than what you got there, and it was all set up by Hobbs. Interception and return. You got to feel bad for him not to be able to get that one in, but any way you look at it, Alton's able to convert, and a PAT away from making this a 2-score game again. 4:47 left in the third quarter. Not out of this thing yet.
Terrell Wallace, number 3, scores from 1 yard out after the interception. And now the Redbirds, with 4:47 to go in the third quarter, going to go for 2.
What do you think of this call? A little surprise.
Interesting. And now we have a penalty.
Wait a minute. Why are we setting this up at the 5 yard line for a 2-point conversion?
Not sure if there was a penalty there.
Never mind. There was a penalty.
Back-to-back penalties now because they're at the 10 yard line.
Okay. Take the points off the board. I'm a little lost. I'm writing down touchdown.
28-7 still the score, as now they're at the 10 yard line. And Wallace still in the backfield, receivers left and right. And here on the look in and out of the hands of McLemore, as he might have had a touchdown if he looks it in. Incomplete.
I'm still catching up, so we didn't have a touchdown, right?
Did not have a touchdown. I didn't know it. You didn't know it.
Boy, that's tough.
A lot of the fans didn't know it.
5 yard, so it was a 5 yard, it was a false start. And you start with the possession at the half-yard line. Man, that's tough.
Now they're just outside the 10.
If you don't convert this into points, this is just going to be a backbreaker.
2nd down and 10. 2nd and goal. 2nd down and number 2, Womack back, rolling to his right.
Oh, he can run with this.
Looking, now he looks over the middle into the end zone. Incomplete. 3rd down.
Boy, if he tucks that thing away and turns upfield, he was going to score because there's nobody between he and the goal line there. But rolling to his right, a left-handed quarterback, he's trying to throw across his body and just couldn't get anything on it.
If he takes off right away, maybe, but it closed quickly. He would have had to make that decision right away. So it's 3rd and goal from just outside the 10. Womack in the shotgun. Receiver left, receiver right. And they're going to look for McLemore on a fade, and it is caught! It is caught! Tyler McLemore in the front corner of the near side here on the end zone. It's 6 for McLemore.
Nice catch. Over the back shoulder again. Away from the DB. McLemore's made some terrific catches so far in this game. That one, his 5th of the game. A 10-yard strike there. And can we say it now? Now Alton's on the board.
Now it's a touchdown. 3rd and goal. 10-yard touchdown pass. Womack to McLemore. Here's the extra point. It's blocked. Tigers all over the kicker there. And he had no chance to get it in the air. And Leonard's kick is blocked. And that makes it 28-13. The Redbirds do not get the point after. But they do get the touchdown, finally, on 3rd and goal. So at 4:12 to go in the 3rd quarter, Tyler McLemore has scored for the Alton Redbirds as Womack put it in the air. And McLemore, leading the team in touchdowns, now has 5 TDs on the year.
Well, again, that would have been just a bitter pill to swallow if Alton couldn't come up with any points there after the defensive interception. Get it to the 1-yard line. A couple of penalties backed them up, but they were able to convert on the 3rd down. Now down 28-13 in the game. Again, you put it in the hands of your defense here to try to come up with maybe a 3-and-out, another turnover perhaps, and put a drive together, and now you're only a score away from maybe getting this thing all evened up again. But at some point here now with the extra point blocked, Alton's going to have to go for 2 if they were able to score again.
28-13. Here is a line drive, bouncing kick to the 25, and the return man to the 30, and that's about it, 32-yard line. And with 4:07 to go here in the 3rd quarter, each team with a touchdown here in the 3rd now. It was 21-7 at halftime. It's now 28-13. The Tigers by 15.
And they'll get the ball back, and just when we were bragging, we were talking about both teams being able to throw the ball effectively, Alton came up with a big defensive play. Let's see if they can do so once again, back-to-back possessions here.
Here's a run up the middle and double-digit yardage on a 1st and 10, all the way out near midfield to their own 48-yard line. Edwardsville 1st and 10. They'll do it again.
Oh, that was Gray. Just hit the hole hard and went straight up the gut with it and was able to get the ball near midfield for about 15 yards.
Edwardsville near midfield on a 1st and 10. Will run the football. It's Gray to the 50. He gains a couple, and that's about it. Well, Greenville leading Roxana 37-7. Pena still leading 7-6 over Southwestern as they go to the 4th quarter.
Southwestern lost last week, 7-6, and the week before, 7-6.
Jerseyville is up their lead to 35-14 over Triad. 35-14.
I've watched that team the last 2 weeks. Coach Jacobs has got them playing well up there.
Collins throwing. The receiver comes back to the 40 to grab it at the Alton 40-yard line. It's caught. 1st and 10, Edwardsville. And it's Cockrell again, number 3, I believe.
Cockrell out there, he's kind of been the favorite target for Collins here tonight. He comes up with another one there for about 10 yards, and it moves the chains.
Alton on defense, 2:50 to go, 3rd quarter. Collins will keep it this time. Maybe looking for a late pitch, but he'll keep it. Inside the 35 to about the 34-yard line on the far side in front of the Edwardsville bench. And with 2:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter, it's now 2nd down and 4. Edwardsville ball driving leading by 2 touchdowns. 28-13 over Alton. Redbirds need a turnover or a stop here on defense. They're not getting it so far. Collins will throw in the flat. It is complete. 30, 20, 15 before McLemore finally pushes the receiver out of bounds. Mulford out of the backfield to the 12.5-yard line.
Well, just a simple little rollout, nice little rollout play to Mulford, the halfback, and he had plenty of daylight in front of him, and he picks up 22 yards in Edwardsville again on the march in the red zone.
12 yards away. 1st and 10, Tigers. Collins looking over the defense, and he will hand the ball off. Down to the 11, maybe the 10-yard line over the right tackle. Gray for a yard and a half.
Can't keep trading punches here if you're Alton. You've got to get some stops here and close this gap. Again, you've pulled to within 2 scores here, but Edwardsville, an opportunity to stretch it to 3 scores once again.
Will Collins, the quarterback, under center. He will hand the ball off to Gray up the middle, breaks a tackle or 2, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, 11-yard touchdown run. Gray up the middle for 6.
Just too much of a gap right up the middle there, and he followed his pulling left guard there, who made a nice hole for Gray to hit the hole and get into. And once he got to about the 2-3 yard line, he was kind of able to waltz in there, and Edwardsville extends its lead.
Baker with the extra point. It's in the air, and it looks good. It is 35-13. Tigers lead the Redbirds. 1:15 to go. 3rd quarter now. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Why should you bring your vehicle to Quick Lane at Roberts Motors? You never need an appointment. Just drive on in. Quick Lane has the guaranteed lowest tire prices around. Plus, we perform a multi-point inspection of the critical items on your vehicle at no charge every time you visit. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, or any other make, Quick Lane can service it. We're even open on Saturdays. Stop by Quick Lane at Roberts Motors today. Come see why life is better in the Quick Lane.
At First Mid-America Credit Union, they offer more than savings accounts, checking accounts, money markets, loans, and IRAs. They also offer a Visa Platinum Card, which rewards their members with low rates, no annual fees, no hidden fees, no balance transfer fees, built-in safety features to protect your card from fraud, and a reward program which rewards you for every purchase you make. Apply today for a First Mid-America Credit Union Visa Platinum Card at www.1stmidamerica.com.
Louis Korak and Brent Birkeland back at the stadium here at West. Up on State Street, McBride returning the kickoff for Alton. He's up the middle, over the 15 to about the 17 or 18. That was it for him up the middle. And the Redbirds will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 18-yard line. An Edwardsville player down and injured too on special teams here, so there'll be an injury timeout as well. 1:10 to go, 3rd quarter, and the Tigers have scored again. They were up 21-7 at halftime. It's 35-13 now, Edwardsville over Alton.
And it'll be Alton will have to try to do this once again here, but time is starting to become their enemy. 1:10 left in the 3rd, and you've got 12 minutes of the 4th quarter, but again, just starting to kind of trade punches right now, and that's not good enough at this point. 3 scores down in this game. Getting late.
Don't forget, after the game, our Munganast Alton Toyota Player of the Game, so stay tuned for that. Also stay tuned for the Explorers and the Oilers. That'll come your way, play-by-play from Wood River tonight. Marquette at East Alton, Wood River this evening. And tomorrow at 11 o'clock, it's 1 hour sports talk, scores, highlights, interviews, and more. We'll hear from the Riverbend football coaches. Coach Jeff Alderman of Alton, Marquette, Wood River, Roxana, CM football coaches, so stay tuned for that tomorrow morning. Players still down and injured here for the Tigers. We'll take a break. It's Edwardsville 35, Alton 13. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Tom Lane, State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Barry Macias, professional, independent insurance agents. First Mid-America Credit Union, exceeding member expectations since 1934. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance. All of your protection under one roof.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3168 to speak to a representative.
Louie and Brent back with you as Aaron Womack is in the shotgun, 2nd and 5. He's ready for the snap. They throw it over the middle, and McLemore couldn't get it there. Low throw, incomplete.
A little behind him. Just ran a simple route up the left side there, and the throw was low, and McLemore tried to make the sliding catch, but Womack short hopped that ball in there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 6 on the play.
So 3rd down, and Womack is back under center here as he waits for the snap on 3rd down toward the end of the 3rd quarter. They'll fake the handoff. Womack throwing, and it is in and out of the hands of the intended receiver there, number 20. Little bit behind him, but Burnett should have caught it.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Yes, the throw was a little behind him, but he had enough time to adjust. The ball hit him in the hands, and
he was open.
Yeah, normally the rule of thumb there is ball hits you in the hands, you should come up with it, and that should have been a completion, should have been a first down. Should have been a first down. Should have kept the drive alive.
Eli Tall will punt one to midfield over the 50, out at the 46 of Edwardsville. With 1 play to go in the 3rd quarter. 11.6 seconds to go in the 3rd period. And the Redbirds back on defense. Tigers ball, 1st and 10 near midfield. With a comfortable lead of 22 points. With the 4th quarter coming up.
At what point do you get here where if you're Edwardsville, you have the football, you start running it and just start milking that clock?
Here's a run up the middle to the 50-yard line, and that's about it. And that's about the end of the 3rd quarter, too. Just over the 50-yard line, a gain of 5 will wrap up the 3rd quarter. We'll go to the 4th quarter in Alton in a moment. Our score, 35-13, Edwardsville leading at Alton. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'll grab the birthday cake, you bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
With Louis Korak, Brent Birkland back here at West School, Public School Stadium up on State Street. We move into the fourth quarter now. And Edwardsville with a 1st and 10 as we get the fourth quarter underway. They're at the Alton 43-yard line now.
Collins has had one incomplete pass this half. The interception. So I guess every pass he's thrown's been caught.
That's right. Hassan Hobbs with a nice pick. Here's Collins going to throw again.
He's got a man.
Has a man open. Cockrell there, but incomplete. He's out of bounds when he caught the ball at the 20-yard line.
There it is. He caught the ball, but he was out of bounds. If he leads him upfield, that's a touchdown. I mean, I don't know who it was, the DB that just broke on his coverage over there, but wide open was Cockrell there, and nobody within 10 yards of him. He could have walked that thing in. But when he caught it out of bounds.
11:28 to go, and it's now 2nd down and 10. Will Collins gets a new play from his head coach, Matt Martin. Edwardsville High with the lead here. 35-13 over Alton High. And it looks like I must have missed a penalty. They've moved it up to the 33-yard line, 10 yards.
You and I both.
So Alton with a defensive penalty, 1st and 10 from the 33 of Alton now.
It's the 7th penalty of the night.
Wide receiver screen goes to Harvey, and he's pushed out of bounds after the grab down near the 26-yard line, 25-yard line maybe. It will be about a 6-yard gain. 11:14 to go now in the ball game as we're in the fourth quarter at 9 o'clock. You're in tune to WBGZ Alton. 11 minutes left in the game. Receivers come to the near side, 2 of them. But they'll run it to the far side. Collins on a keeper, but he is met there and brought down by Alton's number 51, Rico Gibson, and number 4, Mark Collins on the tackle.
He's going to lose a yard there.
Sack then.
Yep.
3rd down. And about 6 to go now. 35-13 Edwardsville. It was 21-7 Tigers at halftime. And up under center, Collins looking to throw. He throws it to Cockrell, has it at the 20, to the 15, the 10, breaking tackles to the 5-yard line. It's first and goal.
Another big 3rd down conversion there for Edwardsville to keep a drive alive. And this passing game for them has been impressive here tonight.
A couple of Alton defenders ran into each other there, and Cockrell went to the 5-yard line.
Picked up 23 on the play, and another touchdown here will... It's going to be tough for Alton to come back anyway, but another touchdown will all but put this thing away.
Seal it for the Tigers in the fourth quarter. Here's Collins. Over the left side, they push the pile into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. They now lead 41-13 as they score once again.
I believe that was Mulford on the carry that time. And it is. Believe it or not, that's his first carry of the half.
In the fourth quarter, he gets into the end zone, and the Tigers on the board again, and another extra point coming. It's in the air, and it's good, 42-13, as the Tigers get on the board with 10:04 to go in the game now. It's 42-13, Tigers over the Redbirds. Alton ball when we come back, another kickoff from Edwardsville when we come back in the fourth quarter. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
You're looking at it.
Protection. Can anyone over there give me protection?
Danny, hold it.
Put me in, coach. I can offer protection.
Set, hit.
Not only can I protect the quarterback, I can protect your dreams. Call me, Gerard Fisher, 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
10:04 to go in the game. Louie and Brent back live here at the stadium. Alton hosting Edwardsville tonight. Homecoming weekend for the Alton High Redbirds. 42-13, Edwardsville leading. Tigers on top. The Redbirds' next two games are in Belleville. Belleville East, Belleville West. And then home for the last two against Granite City and East St. Louis to wrap up the season. Redbirds on the return for the kick here. McLemore from his own 5 out to the 25. Near the 30, he's knocked down. 1st and 10, Alton. As McLemore returns the kick. Alton football, looks like they are going to put it at the 30-yard line. Mark it there, 1st and 10. Nope. Now they're going to say the 28-yard line, and a penalty on the Redbirds too, block in the back. Looks like for Alton.
Well, that'll be their 5th penalty of the half, 8th of the game. Edwardsville's had 2 penalties in this game, and they've been unscathed so far in this second half. It's been almost a clean sheet for the Tigers here tonight.
And they have 6 touchdowns on the board. 2 through the air, 4 on the ground, 2 for Gray, 2 for Mulford. Redbirds 2 touchdowns, and they'll spread the offense here. Womack ready with 9:54 to go. 5 receivers out there.
Here comes the blitz.
Womack throwing to West, and he dropped the ball. Number 15 here on the near side just dropped it. He was open.
Well, he had an efficient first half. Now 2 for 10 for 41 yards here in this second half throwing the football for Womack. So not as much time as he had earlier in the game and not finding the targets as well.
2nd down and 10 now. As the Redbirds go back to the air with 9:50 to go. And receivers left and right again. Womack back. He'll throw to McLemore on a wide receiver screen to the 15-yard line. A gain of maybe 1, 3rd and 9.
6th grab of the night from McLemore, and I'm going to assume he was the leading receiver coming in, right?
Right. 5 touchdowns from Womack to McLemore. Womack 5 TD passes. McLemore 5 TD catches on the year. Receivers left and right again on 3rd and 9. Alton at their own 15-yard line, and the Tigers are offsides. And that's going to push the ball to the 20-yard line as the Redbirds are going with a long count. No, it's going to be on Alton.
Wow.
Boy, I didn't see that at all.
Didn't either. Now it's going to make it even tougher. 3rd and about 14 from the 10-yard line.
Because it was one of those snaps where the linemen all pop up into the air and then go down in their set. And they're in their set again as Womack throws to McLemore. He makes the grab out near the 19-yard line. On a slant, he's right to the ground. It's 4th down now, 4th and 5 to go.
Well, unfortunately, it's not one where you can take a risk. I know you're down by 29 points here, but still you've got about 5-6 yards to go. You're going to have to punt this thing away.
Here's a kick near midfield. It hits at the 50 and rolls for Alton. 20 more yards. Down to the 30. Now the 29-yard line. Eli Tall boots this one away, and Edwardsville at their own 29, 1st and 10.
You'll always take 52 yards on punt if you can get it.
He had a 63-yarder earlier tonight, too. And we're down to 8:12 to go in the game. CM Mascoutah now 14-14, fourth quarter. There's a score for you from Mascoutah, Illinois.
So they went for 2 and converted.
8:12 to go in this game, fourth quarter. Edwardsville leading 42-13 over Alton High. Here's a run by possibly Gray, number 23, to the 31-yard line. They unpilot. And the Tigers with a run there. Actually, number 28, Blackburn. Jeremiah Blackburn with a carry there to the 31-yard line. Gain of about 2. Second down and 8 for the Tigers now. 7.5 minutes to go in the game. And a new quarterback in there for Edwardsville, too. He'll run it to the near side, 30, 35, before he goes down. Number 7, Dan Marinko into the game. 6'2", sophomore in there.
Yeah, it looks like the Tigers have got the reserves in. Feeling this one is well in hand, and with good reason. Clock approaching the 7-minute mark here.
Edwardsville going to go home and play a tough Belleville West team next week. And then they go to Belleville East. Week 8, they will host O'Fallon. Week 8. Here's Marinko with a handoff. Mulford to the 40. First down over the 40. Out near the 43-yard line. 1st and 10, Tigers. 36 with another carry.
Just keeps scooting along out there. Picks up 9 on the play. Again, he's had a pretty light night carrying. That was only his 10th carry of the game. It's been Gray doing the bulk of the running, but Edwardsville, they've thrown the ball over 20 times tonight, which is highly unusual.
Gray and Mulford have their last 2 touchdowns after Alton got it to within 28-13. It's 42-13 right now in the fourth quarter. Here's a handoff coming to the near side, and nothing doing there at the line of scrimmage. The Tigers ball carrier knocked down, no gain. And that's number 28 again, Blackburn. 43-yard line still, second down. 5:45 to go in the ball game now.
Trying to just run as much clock here as they can. Edwardsville will move or improve to 4-1 on the year and hike their conference record to 2-1. Alton's going to fall to 1-2 in the Southwestern Conference, 1-4 overall.
We've got those 2 Belleville games coming up, both on the road, Belleville East, Belleville West. Here's Marinko with a keeper. He rolls to the right to the 50-yard line. And third down, just shy of the 50-yard line, so 3rd and 4 now for the Edwardsville Tigers. After the game, our Munganast Alton Toyota player of the game. 6 touchdowns for the Tigers, 2 touchdowns for the Redbirds tonight. 42-13, Edwardsville. Coming up, Marquette and East Alton Wood River on the way. Play-by-play of that one tonight. .430 to go in the game. Marinko on a keeper, first down, and that'll move the chains, and that'll keep the clock going for some more running plays for Edwardsville. They're down to the 44 of Alton now.
Just a little quarterback keeper there, was disguised a bootleg play there and kept it himself, and needed 4 and got about 7. Keep the clock moving, which is what Edwardsville wants, and they'll keep the ball on the ground.
4 minutes to go as they get ready to snap it again. High formation, they give it to the deep man. Blackburn again, I believe. Tripped up at the 30, but he's still going to the 20. Down to the 16-yard line. He's in the red zone on a run right up the middle.
Again, just a burst of speed there, and I don't know if he almost tripped himself there about halfway through that run, or if somebody got a foot on him. If he keeps his balance, I think he's going to go the distance. But he gets it down to about the 17-yard line, gets 27 on the play.
3:40 to go in the game now, 42-13, and Edwardsville driving. They call it the 17-yard line. It's 1st and 10 in the red zone for the Tigers. Redbirds looking for something on D here with just a couple of minutes to go. Blackburn hit at the line of scrimmage. He bounces away and bounces into the end zone. He goes over the right side. Should have been stopped at the line of scrimmage, but 17 yards later, he's in the end zone.
The backup to Gray gets into the end zone, and another rushing touchdown for the Tigers, and stretch the lead even further.
17-yard touchdown run. Blackburn scoring this time. And Edwardsville will go for another extra point, try to make it 49-13 over the Alton High Redbirds tonight. 21-7, our score at halftime. And the extra point coming for the Tigers. It's in the air with 3:15 to go. It's good. 49-13 in favor of Edwardsville now. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Why should you bring your vehicle to Quick Lane at Roberts Motors? You never need an appointment, just drive on in. Quick Lane has the guaranteed lowest tire prices around. Plus, we perform a multi-point inspection of the critical items on your vehicle at no charge every time you visit. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, or any other make, Quick Lane can service it. We're even open on Saturdays. Stop by Quick Lane at Roberts Motors today. Come see why life is better in the Quick Lane.
At First Mid-America Credit Union, they offer more than savings accounts, checking accounts, money markets, loans, and IRAs. They also offer a Visa Platinum Card, which rewards their members with low rates, no annual fees, no hidden fees, no balance transfer fees, built-in safety features to protect your card from fraud, and a reward program which rewards you for every purchase you make. Apply today for a First Mid-America Credit Union Visa Platinum Card at www.1stmidamerica.com.
Here's a squib kick for Edwardsville. Alton will pick it up at the 20. 25-yard line, out near the 30-yard line, and that's it. Couple of finals now from the SCC. Vandalia, big win over Litchfield, 47-6. Vandalia now 4-1. Southwestern a winner over Pana. They came back and won that in the fourth quarter at Pana. Southwestern 14, Pana 7.
Can you figure that conference out? I can't do it.
Piasol Birds can play some defense, apparently. We know that.
Pana goes on the road, wins at Carlinville last week. A Carlinville team that just put 59 points on the board the week before at Greenville. It's just, don't know what you're going to get from one week to the next in that conference.
Here's a handoff up the middle, and nothing doing there. As Alton has gone to Brennan Haug, a senior at quarterback now, number 16. He's in the game, running the offense for the last 3 minutes of the game. Second down and 9 to go as they move it to the 29-yard line. Alton at their own 29. Second down and 9. McLemore comes to the near side. Brennan Haug will set up the offense again. And the pitch comes to the near side. They try to stretch it to the sideline. Nothing doing there for Number 43, Gregory Cross, a junior. Number 43 running for Alton. Third down now, 2:15 to go in the game.
We're into the reserves, you can tell.
Brennan Haug, new play for Alton. 3rd and 12 now. And we'll see if they keep it on the ground on 3rd and long. Nope, Haug's going to put it in the air.
It's got a man.
Got a man west, but incomplete. Knocked away by the Tigers there on the inside. And so 2:05 now remaining, and the Redbirds will punt it right back to the Tigers, and that will pretty much be the ball game. 49-13, Tigers lead it.
I believe this was Alton's score last week, wasn't it? Oh, so 48-13, right?
I think you're right.
Almost identical scores. Two good teams they've run into these last couple of weeks.
Here's another deep kick for Alton and another good roll for the Redbirds all the way to the 16-yard line for 37. Eli Tall again booting it away. Last week, 48-13 at O'Fallon.
How about 58 yards there?
Another boomer.
He's boosting that average up. You need them on your fantasy football. They don't count punting.
Punters.
They don't count punters for fantasy football.
1:51 to go from their own 17-yard line. It's Edwardsville ball one last time.
How about a point for every 10 yards from your punter? Can we incorporate that in somehow?
That'd be nice. Marquette and Wood River scoring a lot of points tonight. They're over 60 points in that game. And we'll get to that in just a moment. Get you to the Marquette-Wood River game here on the Big Z. So stay tuned for that from Wood River. Edwardsville ball as they run the clock, run the ball. We're at 1:30 to go.
And they still got Mulford in the game. I'm surprised. He had that last carry.
Looks like 49-13 going to be our final score tonight. Again, our Munganast Alton Toyota player of the game coming up in a couple of minutes. And the post game will wrap up our first game tonight, Alton and Edwardsville. Here's a run to the right side to the 25-yard line, and we're at 1 minute to go in the game. Alton on defense. Redbirds again at halftime. It was 21-7. Redbirds got it back to a 2-touchdown game when Womack and McLemore hooked up in the third quarter, made it 28-13. But since then, 3 unanswered touchdowns, 49-13. And the Tigers will kneel down, take a knee, and that will be the end of the ball game. 49-13, our final score tonight at Public School Stadium. Tigers over the Redbirds here. Homecoming 2012 for Alton High. Edwardsville 49, Alton 13. Back to wrap it up in a moment. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3168 to speak to a representative.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
49-13, the Edwardsville Tigers beat the Alton Redbirds here this evening, and The Redbirds with a couple of touchdowns, but they fall to a tough Tigers team tonight. 49-13, again, our final score, Louis.
Very effective Edwardsville offense through the air, which is something that we wouldn't have expected, but they were able to get it done here tonight, and very efficiently with Will Collins, 17 of 21, 289 yards, and threw a couple of touchdowns. He did throw the pick, but, boy, when you talk about 20-plus pass attempts and only 4 incompletions, that's a pretty good ball game from your quarterback.
And that's our Munganast Alton Toyota player of the game, quarterback Will Collins of the Edwardsville Tigers, throwing for nearly 300 yards and 2 TDs. And Edwardsville moves on. They'll move on to a home game against Belleville West, as they are now 4-1 on the season. Alton falls to 1-4 on the campaign. And again, the Redbirds with 2 road games now, followed by 2 home games to wrap up the season. There's 4 weeks left. They fall at home tonight to the Tigers, and respectable for a while as they scored a couple of touchdowns.
Well, what hurt is not scoring before halftime when they got the ball into the red zone. They were able to convert off the turnover, but they just didn't get enough stops defensively against this Edwardsville team. Every time they closed a gap, Edwardsville would stretch it back to 3 touchdowns, and once they got it to 4, it was too big of an uphill climb for Alton to go. Threw the ball pretty effectively, but going to have to do more with that ground game. They just didn't get enough going on the ground tonight, and I think that's what hurt them offensively.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Tom Lane, State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Barry Macias, professional, independent insurance agents. First Mid-America Credit Union, exceeding member expectations since 1934. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance. All of your protection under one roof.